We want to just bring in my colleague Patrick Amimo joining us from our City Centre studio to give us the latest in regards to that call that I mentioned. President Uhuru Kenyatta has asked for both houses to convene on Thursday next week. Patrick, why is this and why is it coming before the determination of the Supreme Court petition by NASA?
Thank you very much. That particular gazette notice that has been issued by the President, which is a special gazette notice, is in line with the Constitution, Article 126, subsection 2 of the Constitution, which gives the President that mandate to convene the first sitting of Parliament after the election. And maybe if I have to read that article to be specific, it says that whenever a new House is elected, the President, by noticing the gazette, shall appoint the place and date for the first sitting of the new House, which shall be not more than 30 days after the election. So given that our election was done on 8th August, so the latest, the new House was to be convened was to be not later than 7th September. But now it appears the President has chosen at least a week before the 7th September to convene the House. It's provided for in the Constitution that the House has to be convened within 30 days after the election. That's why, based on Article 126 of the Constitution, subsection 2, the President has invoked that power to have it. And with regard to the House of Parliament, what happens is that these members, the IBC has to come up with a list. It has to gazette the list of members of Parliament. And we saw this week, IBC started, it gazetted the members who had been elected in the Senate. The Women County MPs, it were gazetted. We saw yesterday IBC gazette members who will be serving in the National Assembly. The only thing that is awaited from IBC is the list of nominees, because in the list of nominees there is currently a standoff between parties and IBC, because the Political Parties Dispute Tribunal ordered major political parties, that is Jubilee, ODM and ANC, to come up with a fresh list of party nominees that will be elected into the National Assembly and the Senate. But it appears the parties have not complied with that provision, and the matter is still pending in court. So given that the President has decided to convene the House at least on Thursday next week, it's expected that probably by that time the High Court, the matter that is pending before the High Court will have been settled, and parties will have agreed on the party list. And that notwithstanding, given that now there's a special gazette notice that has been given, that has been issued, it will now be up to the clerk of both the National Assembly and the Senate to ensure that this swearing-in process continues as it were on that Thursday next week, because it's a matter that is provided for in law for the President to do that. And what will happen on that first sitting is that the clerk of the National Assembly and the clerk of the Senate will administer oath to new MPs elect, and after that, then that's when we'll see those members also now move ahead and now elect the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker, because on Thursday, that afternoon at 2:30 p.m. when the House will convene, it will mean that the current Speaker and the Deputy Speakers will cease to be speakers, and now it will open an opportunity for a fresh election of both the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker.
Right.
So that's what will happen on Thursday next week, and we expect to have new speakers elected and their deputies.
All right. Thank you very